Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Hakeem Muhammad with the Muslim Empowerment Institute, and today we're going to be discussing the critical importance of Dawah, which is the Arabic word for inviting the people back to Islam, because we know that every human being who enters into this creation, they're born a Muslim already. They're born submitting to the originator of the heavens and the earth, and they're born worshiping Allah. However, their culture, the people around them, and their actions result in the people adopting other ways of life and other ideologies other than Islam. And so this necessitates the importance of Dawah, the importance of calling people back to this beautiful way of life. And in this particular video, we're going to be discussing Dawah in the context of the black community, utilizing Dawah to advance Islam in black America, because we have many challenges. We have the black Hebrew Israelites on the street corners promoting misinformation about Islam. We have the Afrocentrics, the Hoteppers, promoting misinformation about Islam. And we have the white supremacist media promoting misinformation about Islam. And so we have to be diligent in studying our deen, ways to best answer the so-called critics, and ways to best attract our people to adopting this beautiful way of life that we know as Islam. Now, when you read the autobiography of Malcolm X, he shows you the mentality that you must have in order to effectively give your people Dawah, or as we used to call back in the day, to fish your people back into adopting this beautiful way of life known as Islam. When Malcolm X first became a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he went to the mosque for the very first time, Malcolm X said he was upset. Now you may be thinking to yourself, you just got out of prison, you're in the mosque, shouldn't you be happy? Malcolm X said he was upset. He was upset because the mosque was empty. He said the mosque had so many empty seats when the surrounding streets was filled with our black brothers and sisters cursing, fighting, fornicating, drinking alcohol, abusing drugs. And he said that the mosque should never be empty so long as the surrounding streets were filled with these behaviors and these activities predominated within the black community. And so what did Malcolm X begin to do? He began going up and down Detroit's ghettos, talking to drug dealers, talking to gangbangers, talking to prostitutes, telling them about Islam and inviting them back into the mosque so that they could hear the beautiful way of life that we know as Islam. And guess what? Many people insulted Malcolm X. Many people, they said that Malcolm X was crazy, but Malcolm X said that he kept going. And this is the mentality that we must have. We do it, we don't care what the people say, we do it purely for the pleasure of Allah. And in another example, going back to our prophet, peace be upon him, when the prophet, peace be upon him, first went into Taif to deliver the message, they persecuted him heavily, they stoned him, they abused him, and he still had this mentality that perhaps one day they may all be Muslims. And this is the mentality that we must have no matter what we see happening in our neighborhoods, no matter what we see about the shootings, the drug dealing, whether it be in Compton, whether it be in Baltimore, whether it be in Chirac, whether it be, throughout the ghetto. We must have this mentality that perhaps our people may all one day be Muslim, but in order for them to all be Muslim one day, we have to give the Dawah. We have to live the life as a Muslim, and as people see that these Muslims, that they're clean people, they have strong families, they have strong communities, they have strong cultures, their children are intellectual, their children are excelling, then they'll automatically want to see, what's up with these Muslims. If Muslims are taking care of their communities, fighting, the drug distribution, fighting the violence, and being a positive force in their community, the people will automatically be attracted to this way of life that we know as Islam. So as Muslims, we must keep our duty to civilize the uncivilized and to effectively carry this message of Islam. Now, when you read the autobiography of Assata Shakur, Aside Shakur, she was saying that a brother in the Black Panther Party for self-defense was also giving her dawah, saying that, Islam and revolution, that they're not in contradiction, that Islam, it addresses the oppression of black people. And this is what we must also do. We must address the spiritual and theological needs of our people, but we also need to be active in addressing the political needs of our people who are still living under oppression after 400 years of slavery, 400 years of abuse and mistreatment. We have to be making Islam speak to the political needs of our people in order to effectively deliver the message of Islam. So going forward into this new year, let's make sure that let's make it our goal to put an end to Black Orientalism and Afrocentric misinformation about Islam and the black community. Let's put an end to all of these misconceptions about Islam, and let's be diligent in calling our people back to Islam. Assalamu alaikum.